Brick and mortar businesses once dominated the market. Then the tech companies became juggernauts. The future billion-dollar companies will be people. Do you know what Michael Jordan, Elon Musk, Jay-Z, Rihanna, Oprah, Kim Kardashian, and LeBron James all have in common? No, it's not the fact that they're billionaires. In this video, I am going to expose what it is they do and how you can do the same to make millions of dollars in this new era of the internet economy. Let's get into it. Do you recognize this guy? Maybe this guy. In the early 2000s, rap artists took advantage of the burgeoning internet. Artists like Lil Wayne created tons of songs, hundreds of mixtapes, thousands of songs for free. The rap game understood the power of free value and audience building. There are artists who came from nothing and managed to build audiences and make money from websites like DatPiff and YouTube. People became fans of them, fans of their music, fans of all the free music they were getting, and they couldn't wait until the artist released an official album. They were waiting for it, hungry for it, because they imagined, wow, if we're getting this for free, imagine what we have to pay for. How good is that gonna be? All the free music they put out, all the audience building they did created an incentive. It created excitement for people to buy the album or for people to see them in real life at concerts. This business model then adapted with streaming. Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal came on the scene, and now artists could stream music and they didn't have to go to websites like DatPiff to upload their mixtapes for people to listen to. Spotify had a nice curated system that allowed them to get music to people and for fans to discover new music. During this time and transition period, an artist named Russ was releasing a song a week for damn near 2 years. And in that time, all those free songs, all that free value created an immense audience for him. And now he is a multi-millionaire artist independently without the backing or investment of a record label. Russ utilized something I like to call the 3VT. It stands for value, volume, variety, and timing. Russ had value, meaning the songs were good. That's subjective to anyone, but I think he makes good music. He had volume, which means he had a lot of them. And he had variety, which means he had different types of songs, different ways to express his character, and timing. So during the time Russ was releasing a song a week, the streaming platforms were really pushing discovery. So they wanted fans and listeners to find new music because it would keep them on the platform for new artists who were dope. He caught that timing right on time. But if he didn't have value, volume, and variety, he would never have built the fan base that he has built now. In 2019 alone, Russ made $15 million. That was 4 years ago. He's probably making more now. What Russ did all those years ago is exactly what businesses need to do now. I want you to remember the example of Russ because I'm going to make reference to it throughout the rest of this video. It is a good anchor point for what you're going to need to do to make money online in this new digital economy. You are your own platform, your own world. Let people step into that world. Tech platforms have grown so massively because they focused on getting the most amount of users as fast as possible. You are the platform, and your platform can involve whatever it is you want. Facebook owns tons of stuff, has tons of features, tons of companies. They didn't say, oh, we can only use wall posts. Oh, we can only have people poke people, like years ago when Facebook came out. Oh, we can't own Instagram. We can't do photos. We can't do short form content. We can't do stories. They do it all. You as a person are multifaceted. Some people just think about only putting one thing into the world, but those times are done. If you're going to make money in this new economy, you're going to need to be a multifaceted individual. You're going to need to showcase multiple aspects of yourself. With that being said, you're going to need content. People need to spend a significant amount of time with you, usually around 7 hours, before they even trust you to buy anything from you. You got to start thinking like the rappers. Tons of free value, tons of free content. Start thinking like the rappers because you basically are one in this content world for your business. Your goal is to accumulate users, also known as an audience. This is the most powerful sales strategy because fame is the most powerful selling tool. You focus less on sales and more on a better offer. You focus on growth, you focus on audience building, and you focus on an offer. And if the offer is good and the audience is there, they will buy it. You don't have to focus as much on sales and hop on the phone and try and sell people. They're into you. You have an audience, but you can never have an audience if you don't participate. If you don't put things into the world, how will people ever know you? Let me explain the power of audience to you. ChatGPT got to 1 million users within 5 days. They now sit over 100 million users and 1.5 billion visits per month. They now have over an $80 billion evaluation. This is the power of audience. This is the power of attention. ChatGPT can access at any time 100 million people. That is apparently worth $80 billion. So let's take a page out of the rap game again, because you're essentially a rapper now if you're creating content. Let me give you some background on what an independent artist does to become successful. 1, they dive into their purpose and their passion. 2, they refine their skills over time. Often in public, people actually like to see the journey. They like to see you rise. They like to know they were there from the start and see what you become. It's a story and they enjoy it. Music is the offer. That is what they're selling to people initially. And they can actually be paid through that, through streaming. You can be paid for audience building as well, through YouTube, through AdSense revenue. You can actually be paid to build. 3, over time, they begin to accumulate a dedicated fan base. 4, they monetize this fan base through a higher ticket offer, like a concert, merchandise, or some sort of exclusive experience. 5, as long as they cater to their audience and don't go too far off the rails, they will have a long-lasting career. Now, if you follow those 5 steps, you will be on the journey to monetizing attention. Now, there is one thing that artists fail to mention, and creators are going to need this very thing that rappers and singers do not talk about: investment. Now, if you saw my how to go from $0 to 6 figures video, I mentioned how almost every independent artist I know who managed to make money off of their career and make a living had a form of initial investment. They either had money to begin with or they had some sort of investor. You will be making an investment in time to create content, to develop offers, to learn and study how you can grow your business. You'll be making an investment in money. Now, to begin with, you actually don't need a lot of money. You can start creating content with your phone. There are actually some people who have built massive fan bases just from their phone. But if you have money, it can help you because it can cut down your learning curve. Imagine you could spend 2 hours with Mr. Beast. Do you not think you would be better at YouTube after that conversation? So you're gonna wanna leverage money to expedite your process, whether that be through communities, courses, or people. I'm personally doing this myself. I'm spending a lot of money to find out how to expedite my process on YouTube, what to do, thumbnails, titles, better value in videos, longer videos, whatever it is. I want to learn as much as I can because I'm trying to expedite my process. That's not to say I can't put in work, because I definitely can, and I'm a super consistent guy. I just want to speed things up. Because I have some money, I can speed things up. Use your advantages. Use your unfair advantages. Having money is an unfair advantage. If you have good looks, that's an unfair advantage. If you have lots of time, that's an unfair advantage. Use it. You can leverage money for attention, whether it be through paid ads or through shoutouts. You see, the problem with a lot of people when it comes to spending money is they want to know what their ROI is going to be super quickly, or they want a super quick ROI. What they fail to understand is this is investment, and any investment worth having takes time. So you're gonna get paid for things you did a year ago, or 2 years ago, or 5 years ago. You gotta have a long-term mindset when it comes to building your business and building an audience. This does not happen overnight. Some people may not want to hear this, but audience building requires time and patience and effort. And if you don't have that, then this is probably not the game for you, and you can go do something else to get money. But this is the new era of the economy, and if you want to be part of it, you're going to need to build these character traits. The next form of investment is connections. Who do you know who can help you? Who do you know that you might be able to collaborate with and share each other's fan bases? Who do you know in communities that can assist you in growing your business? Who do you know who has information that you don't have, who has done things that you haven't done? Connections are super, super powerful. Human fulfillment is about valuable connections, and that's why this new digital economy is about people over companies. Nike can't just sell shoes as the company Nike. They actually need to attach their product to people of influence. Nike sells because they utilize other people's personal brand to sell. Do you know what Tesla's advertisement budget is? $0. Why does Tesla sell? Because of Elon Musk. Companies are not humans. Everything that makes a company useful is the same thing that makes it unable to sell. It needs a face. We are people and we gravitate and trust people. People have disdain and distrust for companies and corporations, but if they see a face, if they see somebody they like, if there are character traits that this brand is trying to project through somebody else, we end up liking the brand. We end up liking the company. Now, if you aren't the face of a brand, the face of a company, it's very viable that you might end up working for somebody who is the face of a brand or is the face of a company. And that's not a problem. Some people hear that they're going to work for somebody else and they get upset. They don't want to work for somebody else. They want to be the star. They want to be the person in the spotlight. They want the fame. I know tons of people who work in the shadows of other people's personal brand, and they make tons of money without the public problems and public scrutiny that fame and attention brings the front man. Being part of a great team is actually very powerful. Not everybody is supposed to be the front man. Not everybody is supposed to be famous. In fact, a lot of famous people, most famous people, have an intricate team that handles so much things for them and just allows them to turn on the showman when it's necessary to sell the brand or sell the product. Understand how powerful a personal brand is. Understand how powerful it is to attach a face, a person, to a product. Steve Jobs, God rest his soul, is gone. And Apple is still using his personal brand to sell Apple products. That is the power of an extremely well-developed personal brand. So as you develop this personal brand and develop this audience, how do you actually make money? First, I need to give you a warning. The warning of gating knowledge. Now, I'm 100% for education products. I even have my own education products, but I'll be honest with you. The reason I'm creating these more in-depth videos and gating far less knowledge is because when you put the knowledge behind a paywall, you block out a lot of people. And if you're focused on growth, you have to put your best foot forward and give the people value. So I'm giving away stuff that I would normally make people pay for. To be honest with you, bringing it back to the music industry, if I never heard J. Cole's song Blow Up, which was a free song on a free mixtape, it may have taken me years later to find him and become a fan. Free value, great song, great content. That is what you want to do. You always want to put your best foot forward. And look, I have a paid community. I have paid products, but I will be the first to tell you, and I also say this in my community, The Next Realm. All the information regarding making money is on the internet for free. It is free. But what is not free is implementation and character building. You can only do that through mentorship and community. So it's not about what, it's about who. So free information is great. Give out as much as you can, give out as much free value as you can, because that is how an audience will trust you and that is how people will build with you. Find high value topics to share, synthesized information, solve your own problems and present the solutions to people. I handle this just like how I handled music. Every time I put out a song, I put my best foot forward and I just wanted people to hear it. If you're cheaping out on people or not giving people your best work, you're either not gonna build, they're not gonna trust you, or if they do buy something from you because you're just trying to sell, it's not gonna be high value most likely and you'll have disgruntled customers. This allows you to make an even better product when you're ready to sell something, because you have to top your free value. You have to make things better than what you put in the world for free. Now, your product is going to be fantastic if the value you put in the world is stellar. Imagine that. So the more great free value you give, you're just doing yourself a favor in forcing yourself to make a better product. Now, with that being said, if you're actually going to make money from having an audience, you're going to need a product. And if you want to learn more about how to go from 0 to 6 figures with an online product, watch this video. But listen, I don't want you to rush into selling something. I don't want you to be desperate to sell something. If you are going to win in this new era, in this new digital economy, in this new digital renaissance, you are going to need a very particular and important character trait: patience. 2 things define you: your patience when you have nothing and your attitude when you have everything. George Bernard Shaw. I want you to look at your favorite creator or your favorite famous person and ask yourself these questions. How long have they been creating? How long have they been working on a business? How much time have you spent with them? How long have they been building an audience? This game requires time, like I said before, and I'm once again reminded of when I was making music. I made all this stuff and I was patient. I just wanted people to hear it because I knew if enough people heard it, I could start making some money. You got to take this approach with your content. If you're not the type of person who can create when nobody is watching, put something out and nobody sees it, keep putting in work, getting better each and every time, bit by bit by bit. If you are not the individual who can do this, this game is not for you, and you can work for somebody else who is doing it, which is completely fine. I won't knock you. It's just not in your character. But if you are the person who can be consistent, who can put in work, who can utilize their purpose to put valuable things in the world, then you will win in this game. The only way you're going to be able to stick things out for the long haul when nobody is watching is if you do things based in your purpose. Purpose never fades. Remember, you also want to build in public. It's no fun when somebody's like already all polished. Like, I'm glad that people, if you're finding me right now and my videos don't have a bunch of views, I'm glad that you found me now, because you can be part of the journey and be like, whoa, I remember when his video just had 300 views. They want to be part of the journey. Have you ever found a brand new artist before they popped off and you were so excited to watch their ascent and you were just hoping that they would win? Even the other day, somebody left a comment saying, hey man, I'm happy you got like a couple thousand views on this video. He's watching the ascent. Your life is a story. People love stories. Make this content game, make this business journey a story for them. Now, I gotta tell you something. There's a lot of people talking about this particular personal branding, audience building, make money online stuff, and I'm probably not the first one you've heard. So you might be thinking, man, this is so saturated. Everybody's gonna get into this. But I'm gonna tell you how saturation is a lie. Mr. Beast, during the recording of this video, has 213 million subscribers. Iman Gadzhi has 3.78 million subscribers. Mr. Beast makes videos for the masses. Iman Gadzhi makes videos for entrepreneurs. What you have to remember is they both had something called first mover advantage. They were some of the first people to start building on the social media platforms before everybody else. So they got an advantage over you. Does that mean you can't win? 100% not true. You might be thinking that the market you want to enter is oversaturated, but it's not true. Saturation just demonstrates that there is a lot of people that want a particular product, that want a particular thing, that want particular knowledge. And in order to break through to those people, you are going to need to be exceptional. You are going to need to be better than the competition, and you're going to need to be unique. There are actually a lot of people looking for entrepreneurial content, for instance. Iman Gadzhi has a bunch of those people, but do you think that those people only watch Iman? They might watch Alex Hormozi, they might watch Dan Coe. Hopefully they watch me. They're into multiple things. And what you have to remember is there are some people who are mass consumers of a niche or mass consumers of a market. They will buy everything to do with it. I am like this for some things. I am like this about personal development. I am like this about social media building. I will spend money on products to find out how to expedite my process. I will spend money on products to find out how to be better. There are tons of people actually like me who do this. So Just because they bought Amon's course doesn't mean they won't buy yours. Just because they bought Dan's book doesn't mean they won't enter your community. They will. Oversaturation is for people who aren't good. But since you're watching this, you're gonna be good. Also, you gotta remember, there are people everywhere, all over the world. There are 34 million entrepreneurs in the USA alone. Iman Gadzhi has 3.78 million subscribers. That's not to say they're all from the US. They might be international. Internationally, he has 3.78 million subscribers. So just a little over 10% of the US population of entrepreneurs. That means there's like 30 million people still who are entrepreneurs who might be able to use your product, who might be able to find you, who might be able to subscribe to you. If you zoom out, you will see, man, there is a lot of people in the world. And you can win if you're exceptional, put in the work, provide great free value, and build a great product. All Aman has demonstrated is that there is a working foundation and there are a lot of people interested in his sort of content. Also, when you combine your unique interests, your unique skill set, your curiosities, you become a niche. You become a beacon to people who are into the same things that you are. This is something that Dan Coe talks about a lot. You can see from the playlist on my channel, I'm into mindset, spirituality, relationships and dating, business and money. That's what I'm into. If you're into those things, then you'll enjoy my content. I want to get through to you that you're a unique individual. I'm a unique individual. Who do you know in this world who's a rapper, singer, dating coach, entrepreneur, teacher, descendant of warriors? Who? Exactly. I display my unique character traits because it's what I'm into. It's what I'm interested in. It's in purpose. It's on purpose. And when you're on purpose, you can go the long game. I synthesize the information I have, the life experiences I have, and it allows me to develop a unique perspective that I can present to the world. So ultimately, self-awareness is the greatest tool against perceived saturation. So what are your next steps? If you were paying attention to the beginning of this video, I listed off a bunch of celebrities, and now you can probably see what they have in common. Incredibly powerful personal brands, which have made them billionaires. Do you think Fenty would have made $1 billion if it wasn't for Rihanna? Rihanna has a whole bunch of fans. As soon as she says buy some makeup, people are buying it. Jordan makes billions of dollars because Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time, and people want to feel like Jordan. Personal brands. If you want to take advantage of this new era of economic opportunity, I would delve into extreme personal development and extreme self-awareness. And soft plug, this is what I teach people in the next realm. I teach people who they need to become to get the things that they want out of life. I believe that self-awareness is an incredible superpower. And once you discover your purpose, you're going to be able to create content that's fulfilling to you, products that are fulfilling to you, and incredibly valuable to other people. You get the chance to do the personal awareness work in order to find out what you should be aiming at. Because if you just start without really knowing your purpose, without really knowing where you should aim for, you're just gonna be aimlessly going around and things are gonna fail and you're not gonna be able to last because you're not moving on the things that actually drive you as a person. This is very important if you're gonna put content in the world, if you're gonna put products in the world, if you're gonna build an audience, you got to move with purpose. And I'll tell you this, the best time to make content was yesterday. Be sure to like and subscribe. Please leave a comment if this helped you out. Please leave a comment if you have questions. I will see you next time. Peace. What I like to call the 3VT, volume, value, but man, I made it up. Like what I like to call the 3VT, value, volume, time. Wow. It's 12 o'clock in the night. Keep going.